All right, so some Chelsea transfer rumors. It looks like we may finally be going out and getting more of a defensive player. Caicedo from Brighton. Yes, Graham Potter's old player that he actually brought into the club at Brighton a couple seasons ago, but it looks like he wants to bring him to Chelsea, which makes absolute sense because we've talked about this in other videos before, that Chelsea have been struggling in the midfield, especially defensively wise, because as we all know, Conte has been out with an injury pretty much this entire season. I do not expect him to be back anytime soon, and therefore we do need someone else because we cannot rely on Jorginho as our CDM because we've seen him play decent this season, I will say, but not really stellar that he's done a couple of seasons ago. And we've been just leaking goals this entire season. And part of the problem is because we do not have a defensive midfielder. And along those lines, this will also give Graham Potter a chance to change his tactics, possibly to a 4-3-3, which I think he's been trying to go to. But because we do not have a player that can hold that midfield, it's very difficult to do that formation. Now, Caicedo, very young player. I believe he's 20 years old as of making this video, and there is a long career for this player, and he's done quite well at Brighton already, which again is not surprising. Most of the players at Brighton have done quite well while they're under Graham Potter, even after Graham Potter left. Now, this one player, though, I think has been one of their key midfielders. Now, obviously, McAllister has been also a key player. I'm not going to disregard that player, being a World Cup winner and everything. But Caicedo has done quite a bit for Brighton, and therefore, it's not too surprising that he has a hefty price tag on for $75 million, which is high. Yes, I do understand. It's one of those things that it's difficult as a Chelsea fan because I feel like most clubs rinse us when it comes to any player that we want to sign or getting linked to. We obviously just spent $100 million for Murdoch, which we have no idea how well he's going to play. Caicedo, at least we know, has been in the Premier League. So again, he has some capabilities. We already know what to expect from this player. So $75 million, and most likely going to be multiple seasons or like 5-year contract, would make total sense for this player. And like I said, Graham Potter already knows him, knows how to utilize this player and get the best out of him, which would make a huge improvement in our midfield right away at this club. Because if we go and get another defensive midfielder who's not in the Premier League or doesn't know Graham Potter or his tactics, there's going to be a little bit of a leeway before that player can actually implement those tactics, those philosophies from Graham Potter, which, as we know, each game right now for Chelsea is critical. We're sitting in 10th right now. We are so far behind top 4, but I still think that is possible. But really, there has to be a massive change, and Caicedo can be one of those players that can start that change as well. Because like I said, he knows what Graham Potter wants. Graham Potter knows how to push his buttons to get the best out of him. But not only that, when we have a defensive midfielder, we can then have another player alongside him, like Mason Mount, actually, who could sit back a little bit more, be a little more creative. Now, I know that's probably a little bit crazy right now, but I think that could work out. Along that, we could probably do some few other midfielders alongside him, maybe Kovacic as well. That would probably make more sense off the bat. But as we've seen, Caicedo can play really well with a creative midfielder, and therefore, again, it gives options for Chelsea and for Graham Potter. And this, I think, is a perfect signing for this club. Obviously, they have to work out logistics of the player coming to Chelsea because Brighton know how good this player is. He's been very vital for them this season, which is why Brighton have done quite well and sitting pretty high up in the table, that they may not want to let go of this player in January. But right now is the best time for us to get this player, because by the end of the season, I'm sure his price tag is going to go up even higher. And Chelsea, at that point, we have no idea where we're going to be sitting in a table, and it might be more difficult to bring players in. Currently, right now, we have Champions League, which again is going to bring some players in. I cannot say that we're going to have Champions League next season, which is going to deter a lot of players. So right now is the best time for us to sign players and obviously keep us pushing up the table quite a bit, because again, I think we can still finish in the top 4. A lot has to happen with not only our team, but obviously teams above us, but it is possible for Chelsea. So that is all I have for you today in this video. I want to know what you guys think on Caicedo coming to Chelsea, so comment down below if you think he's going to be a good signing, if we should pay about $75 for him, and how you think his career will last at Chelsea. I want to know what you guys think. And if you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. It helps get this video to more and more fans such as yourself. And that is it, and I will see you in our next video.